India lives in various centuries at the same time. On one hand, we have metropolitan cities with state-of-art infrastructure, and on the other hand, we have areas which are completely inaccessible and totally cut off from the other world. It is to address these contrasts in Indian society and to reach the unreached. Janaki Devi Bajaj Grama Vikas Sanstha has been striving to assist the underprivileged and enhance their quality of life. JBGVS presently works into 110 villages in Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Uttarakhand and has been the cause of development in more than 45 villages. Till date, the total reach of JBGVS has been to almost 1,200 villages.
Janaki Devi Bajaj Gram Vikas Pratishthan, JBGVS for short, is one of the public charitable trusts with the Bajaj Group of Industries. It was started in 1987, I believe, and does all kinds of philanthropic and charitable activities and works, amongst other things, in about 110 villages, but its reach directly and indirectly is to about 1,200 villages. The Bajaj Group, with which JBGVS and other such trusts, another example is Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation, with which these trusts are associated, was founded by my grandfather, Dadaji, Jamnalalji Bajaj, of Wardha in the state of Maharashtra near Nagpur, who was considered by Bapu, by Mahatma Gandhi, as his fifth son. My Dadiji, Srimati Janaki Devi Bajaj, followed her husband, Jamnalalji, and both of them, of course starting with Jamnalalji, devoted most of their working lives to Gandhian constructive activities. And while I can't mention all those in which Jamnalalji was involved because they are very large, but even Janaki Devi ji were involved in many activities, but I'll mention two. One, Go Seva, because my Dadaji was towards the end of his life was only doing that, and also what she called Koop Dan, asking people to donate a well, like you donated land, which was the Bhudan movement started by Vinoba Bhave. The Bajaj Group spent its money for philanthropic or CSR activities, both from the companies and from trusts including JBGVS. And the companies, whether Bajaj Auto or some other company in the group, sometimes donated to JBGVS, asking them to carry out certain activities which for certain reasons was easier for JBGVS to carry out rather than Bajaj Auto to carry out directly. So companies did it, trusts like JBGVS did it, and sometimes they worked in tandem. The last point I want to say is the areas in which we deal for charity, because India, with its 125 crore people, of which 50 to 60% are in abject poverty. They live on less than 100 rupees a day. The government is doing many things, but it's not enough. Plus in government spending, there is unfortunately the previous government, the UPA government, and this government, that is the NDA government, there's a great deal of inefficiency, and in spending these monies, corruption. They're trying to reduce it by involving Aadhaar number now, but I won't go into that. So private sector has to help in whatever small manner. I think in the last year, 2015-16, fiscal year 2015, the Bajaj Group through companies and trust, I think, I don't know the exact figure, but must have spent about 160 crores of rupees on charity, on philanthropy. Our areas are basically uplift of the weaker sections of society. For the poor, that's what philanthropy is meant for, no? Not for the well-off, not for the middle class, forget the rich. It's for the poor, the poorest of the poor. Primarily through this film is for JBGVS, and the rest of the film will indicate to you what are we doing for water in, say, Aurangabad district. What are we doing for e-learning? We are providing facilities to 1,000 schools, etc., etc. A lot of these areas. We are taking an initiative for improving the quality of education in schools in the Pimpri-Chinchwad Municipal Corporation area, where I live actually, and where our corporate office of Bajaj Auto is. We are going to pick by March 2017 about at least 250 schools and improve the quality of education by various means, apart from giving them some money, but that's the least of it, but improving the quality of education provided by teachers. All this, the film will explain, which will follow for you, and I hope you like this film. Thank you very much.
Since 2009, Janaki Devi Bajaj Grama Vikas Sanstha has been implementing the Project Amrai, wherein it has helped over 1,000 tribal families to establish orchards of mango, amla and jasmine trees. Till date, more than 45,000 mango and amla trees have been planted, thus helping the families to have a sustainable source of income.
मला सुचवले की तू मोगऱ्याची लागवड कर, तर मी त्यांचं ऐकून कमीत कमी मोगऱ्याची झाडं 250 लावली. तर फुले ही दिसाळ मला 1 ते 1.5 किलो या प्रमाणात मिळतात. तर माझेच प्रति महिना 6,000 रुपये इतका मिळतो. कमीत कमी मला आंबा 2-1 हजार मिळाला. 15 ते 20 हजाराचा आंबा विकला. तो कमीत कमी 250 रुपये प्रति डझनना दिला. तरी त्याच्यातून आमच्या कुटुंबाला समाधान लाभल्यासारखे मिळते.
Improving livelihood and upliftment of rural poor have always been an important part of the mission, and through goat rearing, the families here are earning permanent yearly income. Goat rearing has proved as one of the permanent solutions to overcome the poverty in the area.
मला पण बजाज संस्थेने 4 शेळ्या आणि 1 बोकड 2 महिन्यापूर्वी दिलेला आहे. मी त्या बकऱ्यांपासून खूप माझा स्वतःचा फायदा करून घेईल.
Many villages still don't have access to healthcare facilities. To avail any kind of healthcare facilities, they have to walk many kilometers out of villages. To serve people, JBGVS has introduced fully equipped mobile van with trained doctor and nurse. This is very popular activity to give medical facilities at the doorstep of the villages. It works as an OPD for the villages. It serves almost average 10,000 patients per year. JBGVS regularly conducts health checkup camps in all over project areas. These camps are very useful for people to know about their health problems. These camps serve not only for diagnosis of health issues, but they also guide patients for further treatment.
Gandhiji believed that India lives in its villages. Even now, 60 to 70% of Indians live in villages. Hence, development of villages assumes great importance. Of course, there is considerable scope for improvement, and JBGVS is striving relentlessly for integrated development of its villages. This can be seen by the adjoining villages as models to emulate. One purpose of our work in villages is to reduce the migration to urban areas. We would rather work for urbanization of the villages so that there is reverse migration, that is, from cities back to the villages. Towards that intention, we intensively work for improvement of quality of life of the villagers. Let me turn to performance measurement via social indicators. We believe that for any social activity to be worthwhile, it should be evaluated in terms of its impact. It also helps us to devise plans and strategies. We believe that the villagers have to be the authors of their own lives. Their future has to be carved out by them. We act as catalysts to give a helping hand, provide seed money, nurture and motivate local leadership, and enable them to sustain development with the ultimate aim of vacating a village and taking up another. The ultimate aim always being to see every village and every villager leads a healthy and productive life.
Here, JBGVS has also been working with the government under Indira Awas Yojana to support below poverty line people to construct homes. These low-cost houses have helped the villagers to have high-quality living places with nominal cost. Environmental sanitation plays major role in the development of a model village, and to serve the purpose, JBGVS has built total 16,000 family toilet blocks, thus making villages free of open defecation. Development of model school has been another thrust area of JBGVS for a long time. Such model schools give fair ideas related to training, beautification, environment and cleanliness of the school. E-learning has been one of the major projects initiated to address the growing concern of quality of education. As a part of this project, 1,000 e-learning units were installed, which catered to more than 1 lakh students. The entire school syllabus from 1 to 10th standard is taught through audio-visual means using projectors. This initiative has helped to reduce the dropout rate, and students are enjoying the process of education. This is reflected in attendance and improved student and teacher interaction. To inculcate the habit of reading, JBGVS has also taken the initiative of school library. The library books are selected very carefully. To improve school infrastructure has been one of the thrust areas of JBGVS. Under this program, JBGVS built classrooms, developed drinking water facility, provide furniture, playground, sanitation complex. It has helped to reduce the dropout rates of the school children. JBGVS has ensured that every school in the villages has separate sanitation complex for boys and girls, thus enhancing the education opportunities for girls. School sanitation instills among students significance of keeping the environment clean. It develops habit towards cleanliness and personal hygiene, which goes long way in the lives of students. Till date, 174 school sanitation complexes have been constructed. Considering the significance of non-formal education in personality development, JBGVS has designed Rural Education and Information Network. As a part of this project, village-level workers conduct classes before and after school hours. These classes include music, storytelling, dance, street plays and other activities which go a long way in enhancing their personality of these children. The project has brought noticeable changes in the lives of children and parents in the areas of education, health and gender issues.
जानकी देवी बजाज ग्राम विकास संस्था was established in 1987. Initially, it was working for the welfare of the workers of Bajaj Auto and their family members. Later, they started supporting their villages around the Bajaj Auto plant. Since 1999, we launched integrated rural development project in about 25 villages, and in 2003 we reorganized our work into 5 major aspects, like education, that means infrastructure development for the schools, non-formal education and reducing dropout rates, etc. Second, the health. Health means we started supporting all government schemes like mother and child care, etc. Third was economic development, that we started supporting the small entrepreneurs. We started advising people on agriculture, developing horticulture and animal husbandry. Fourth was ecological development, that is tree plantation, etc. Till now we have, with the help of NABARD, we have developed AMRISE on 900 acres of land. The area is now economically well settled. Lastly, we also developed the social aspects of the rural life. In that, women empowerment and development of local leadership is undertaken. Over the years, we have developed about 45 villages to the level that the local people then took on their own development. Indirectly also, we have reached through our special projects about 950 villages through e-learning, organic farming and non-formal education. 90% of our co-partners, we call them co-partners, we don't call them beneficiaries because they are part of us. 90% of these people are from economically weaker section as well as BPL, below poverty line. JBGVS has well experienced, dedicated and professional staff who shall continue to help the poor and develop their villages, as also participate in various government projects.
Multipurpose workers are the women from each village who volunteer to work with JBGVS. They are the link between JBGVS and the villagers. They are periodically trained in first aid, banking, health and general village development issues. Mahila Merawas is get-together of women are organized to increase interaction amongst women and also to raise awareness about social issues like dowry, female feticide, alcohol addiction, domestic violence, pollution, menace of plastic use and environmental degradation. JBGVS has been always supporting rural poor to establish their small enterprises like broom making. This is an upliftment project which comes under Economic Development Program. With this small support, all these enterprises can earn Rs 3,000